This is Saint Mary of Egypt, and you won't believe her story. The woman who slept with over 1,000 men and still became a saint for God. And her story is proof that no one is too far gone. Now, she didn't grow up in a church. She wasn't saved in a revival. She actually ran away from home at the age of 12. She lived on the streets and was homeless. But get this, she gave her body to anyone and everyone. But the craziest part is she didn't do it for money. She did it just for pleasure. She wanted to seduce the people around her and get them to fall. She had the ultimate Jezebel spirit. She even said it herself. She seduced men to get them to fall into sin. One day, she decided to follow a group of Christian pilgrims headed to Jerusalem just to get them to fall and try to seduce them. Now you can see that the spirits in her were very destructive. Until one day, she tried to walk in a church in Jerusalem. But when she tried to walk in that door, God stopped her. There was an invisible wall. She couldn't step foot in the church. And she stood there for a while, trying to get inside, but she physically couldn't. And in that moment, she broke. She then looked at an icon of the Virgin Mary and cried out, "Let me see the cross of your son and I will change my life." Right then, God took that invisible wall down and let her in. Not just into the church, but into his mercy. She walked in, wept in front of that cross, and left everything. Right then and there, she decided to surrender. There was no more lust, no more sin, no more seducing, no more city life. Then she decided to go into the desert alone for the next 47 years of her life in full repentance. She was praying, fasting, and fighting so many demons. She lived on barely any food, just loaves of bread here and there. And that's why in the photos she got so skinny. One day, a priest found her in the desert decades later, and you won't believe what he saw. She was literally glowing. Her face, her hands were all glowing with light. She was holy, full of wisdom. But the craziest part is, when she prayed in front of that priest, she ended up floating off the ground. She even knew the priest's name before he even said a word. And that's what God can do. So if you think that your sin is too big, if you think that you cannot be redeemed, I want you to look at her and realize that mercy has the final word. Romans 5:20. Where sin abounded, grace abounded much more.